And welcome along and welcome back to Meadow Grove Farm. Today, what we need to do is we need to get the silage started. So we're going to be doing, basically the way we're going to do silage on this farm is we're going to use the mowers. We're going to row it, and then we're going to go and get a forage wagon and get it all collected up with that. So we're going to start with this field here because it's the most easily accessible to us. So what I want to do is unfold that, turn it on and put it down, and we'll just cut our way into the field a little bit. Right, so and so we're looking to get these cut fairly quickly today. Let's lift that then. And once we've got these cut, we'll be able to get it all rowed up pretty quickly as well, and then we'll go and buy ourselves a new forage wagon. So that very much is the plan, is to head down to the shop and grab a new forage wagon. While that is folding out, let's close this gate. It's going to be in our way otherwise. And down, turn on our rear mower, place it down, and away we go. So there we go. So yeah, we're going to get this cut very quickly. We're going to get this cut, get this rowed, and then once we've got that, we will be in a position where we can just grab a forage wagon and get this started. I don't know how long it's going to take us to get enough grass into our bunkers in order to actually create silage, and we'll get a good idea from today. From this video, exactly how much work we'll have to do and whether we'll need some extra fields and things to do that, which will sort of inform us going forwards in what we buy. But at the moment, I think we've got two decent grass fields here that should give us a fair amount of grass for what we're trying to do. And so yeah, we'll just keep cracking on with that. So I will get this cut, and I think we might return in a minute once that's done. So not much left to do in our first field here. Something I wanted to point out though is that you can see a small mistake we've made here, in that we've got a whole load of hay left over from the last time we did this field. Now the thing about that is, and the issue that causes, is that you lose grass because the grass can't be piled in the same area that the hay is. So one thing that's fairly recommended, or that I think is fairly good in Haverson, is if you go and run a weeder over this post, so once you're completed, it will actually clean up the any remaining hay or grass you have. Grass isn't so bad because obviously you're in a position where you can turn round and turn that to hay if you need to. But certainly if you've got hay on a field and you want to clear it up afterwards, just run a weeder over the field quickly and it just clears all of that excess hay off, and yeah, then you have a nice clear field for your next run, which is just, you know, an absolutely brilliant way of doing things. We've got a really good amount of grass off here, considering I actually missed off the fertilization stage before the end of this growth. But it is a good large amount of grass off this field, which is pretty good. Of course, to get to the other field, we're going to need to fold everything up. So turn off and fold. There we go, and flip to the front one. Turn it off. Lift it up. Fold it up. We might get away with not actually folding the front one, but it was something that I didn't feel I think we can get it through the gate without folding it. It's not the gates on Meadow Grove are actually fairly wide, even if this one, for example, this one here is not easy to get into. So unfold the front again and cut our way into the field. So that we just ensure that we've got it following behind us. And then we're going to get in a position where when we unfold the rear, we're not hitting the fence. B, we're able to reverse up and actually get into the field properly. So turn that on, pop it down, and away we go. There we are. Not so worried about the gate here. It does come into the field a little bit, but it's not such a massive amount. We do not have our rear one on. Turn on. There we go. If we turn it on and reverse up, that will clear that out. There we go. We're taking it quite square along this edge here. We could sort of duck and dive in amongst the trees and things, but it kind of makes it more difficult for us when we come to use the windrower. Then we have to be we're not creating straight windrows. Right around the corner. There we go. Cutting slightly over the edge of the field, but that's not a huge problem. And again, just getting cut around this field. So we'll get this one cut then, and then we'll head back and grab our forage. We'll grab our windrower, our rake, and get this field nicely, or to get these two fields nicely rowed up, ready to pick up a forage wagon. Now, having completed 2 headlands on this field, I'm now going to start going up and down it. It's quite nice having this little case working so well with this mower setup. This is almost as wide as a butterfly setup, simply because our rear one is such a wide mower. I mean, it's still significantly shorter, but it is an awful lot better than either having just one rear one or one front one. We're going to cut into the field as we would on a harvest. Just makes it easier for us to quickly go around, and then we'll use the outer edge of the front mower to give us a good position. But these are cutting well. They're nice and efficient. We're doing it like 9 miles an hour, so we're quickly getting through stuff. And if we turn this way here, great. What we can do is head in and get this cut like this, and have a nice line up on our tractor side here. This just makes things easier. We tend to do the headlands the other way around because of the way this turns corners. So when this turns corners, if you do the headlines clockwise as opposed to counterclockwise, you end up missing a little bit in the corners. Whereas if you do it counterclockwise, you end up not missing anything. Would help if I lowered the mowers. There we go. And I am using the lower both tools, which on standard is Control V. Will lower both your tools and raise both your tools. I've actually managed to set it up to do it on my control panel now, which is pretty cool. I do like that how that works. Right, in the front and back, and now that we've done a couple of cuts, it's much easier to do our turn, and it just gets easier and easier doing it this way. Very small bit left on the ends to clean up in a minute, but otherwise all good. And working really well. Will not take us very long to row this all up, because we do have we've got the double rower. I'm not a great fan of the single windrowers. I tend to find they take me too long to do the job, so I tend to, at minimum, pick the double rakes. But it's it's one of those things where it's a good thing. It's similar in that I don't like using a single rear mower. For me, again, it takes too long to get the job done. And when you're doing this kind of thing, you don't want to take too long. Alright, cool. So we switch to the front mower, drop it down. We only need to drop down the front mower here. There we are. This is a very thin strip, and in fact I think we don't need to drop down the rear mower at all for this row. Should be wide enough. Yep, there we go. So lift that up, and then for what must be our last couple of runs, yeah, this is going to fit in one. We'll get this all cut, and then that's filled done. And then I want to try and go out this bottom gate. I think this bottom gate is going to be quite useful for us getting in and out of this field. Yeah, there we go. We will cover the whole thing with this now. We will need both to do that bottom end bit. Right, and there we go. So lift both for one final time. And back down. I do like that the rear both lifts and lowers later than the front. Right, so turn that off and fold it up. Turn that off, lift it, fold it up, and we can get these back to the farm. We will. We'll try that. Oh wow, this opens outwards from the field as well. So it won't get. It means that the gate doesn't get in our way at all while we're working. This should bring us up to the rear entrance to our farm. I think. Yeah. So it brings us in here. So we should just be able to sneak across here like this. And you can see our class of windrowers in there, along with our actual baler, as opposed to the one that we bought in episode 1 and then sold because we forgot and ended up with dupes. So we'll put our front mower in here, and then our rear mower tends to fit actually a bit better down the side bit. Bring that round and switch over to our wing mower. There we go. So that off. We put our front weight back on just to balance things out. There we go. And then I want to come at this from the other side, because otherwise we'll never be able to turn it out. I can't remember if we reversed it in from this side, but yeah, either way, I'll head out that way. And then, as we did before, we can head down here and start work on our field down here. So yeah, as we're doing, as we're going to be creating silage from this, we don't want to do any hay work with it. We don't want to ted it at all. We are going to go clockwise around the field. So I'm folding this. I tend to like to start a little bit on the field so that we can create a nice bit. And away we go. Now, I tend to do the headlands first when I'm windrowing. I'm not sure exactly which way it's done in real life. I get the feeling from having spoken to people, it's kind of one, you can do it either way. There's no definitive way that it has to be done. But yeah, I just like doing the headlands first. Gives me a good bit of space to turn around in. Other people I know need the headlands till last, and then collect up, you know, and then are able to clean up the ends of their of the rows they've created. I think it's kind of 6 of one and a half dozen the other. Either way you're going to be running over your stuff unless you do the headlands first to collect that up, and then go and do the rest of the field, which is a distinct possibility and a very valid way of doing things. And certainly I know that bales are sometimes done like that. You know, they bale up, they cut the headlands, they get the headlands baled, and yeah, for wheat and barley and straw bales. There we go. That one there. Skip across the line. Do a second one, just to give us enough space to turn around, and plus we did 2 headlands in our cut as well. That's where it comes in that you end up creating a bit of a funky bit there. That might be interesting to pick up with our forage wagon. go. Getting very good. I quite like this class liner. I don't think this is a straight up. It might be a straight up reskin. I don't think it is though. May have been converted from previous version of Farm Sim, but it works well. It's a good little piece of kit. Very, very useful when we're trying to do this. And as I said, it's quicker because it's double rake and not the single. It does really row things up a lot quicker. Right, so headland's done. I'm going to go across along the line here and start rowing these up. Yeah, I think I want to try keep this as straight as possible. Right, there we go, lift that. Part of the reason why I lift and turn off most of the time is to try and prevent the lines that I've already created being mucked up. Although this seems to have enough coverage. Looks like, or enough clearance, sorry. Looks like it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Right, there we go. A little bit at the end. Sometimes it can just catch it if you don't turn it off. But I'm risking it at the moment because this is going great guts and going fast. So yeah, let's get the rest of this field cleared up and rowed up, and then we can go and look at. Oh well, once we've got the other one done as well, we can look at getting a forage house or a forage wagon. Sorry. Okay, so that's our first field complete. We are heading into the second one now. And again, yeah, slightly smaller field, so this shouldn't take that long. What we're going to do actually here is I'm going to come in and close the gate. No, close the gate. I knew where that trigger is. And then we're going to lead this in from the corner. So unfold our windrower. Turn it on, drop it down, and then we're rowing straight into the field. So this is slightly different in that we're now going counterclockwise around the field, so the same way as we mowed it, and we're doing it in such a way that actually we're going to do a spiral. But it's such a smaller field that just makes more sense. So let's spiral this up, and then we're going to drop this back at the farm and head down to the shop and grab ourselves a forage wagon. Right, so here's the last little bit on this field, and I actually, in the end, decided not to go with the spiral on here, and ended up doing it the same way as the other field. Simply because it just ended up being too fiddly to try and do it in a spiral. But we need to go and drop this off back at the farm, and then head down to the shop where we're going to get ourselves a forage wagon. We've only got £794, so we are going to have to borrow a little bit of money to get this. But that's fine, and this is why I haven't bought another field, because at the moment I think there's always new bits of equipment we're going to do. But anyway, so as I said, I am going to get this parked up and dropped off. And then we will head down to the shop, and I will see you down there where we'll go and pick ourselves a forage wagon. So we're down at the shop, and let's go pick a forage wagon and then borrow enough money to actually buy it. So if we come in here and have a look at loading wagons. Now looking at this, it starts at 46,000 and they go up to 150. We do not need anything very big at all. I think we're going to go with the Strokeman. It is 46,000, so it's slightly more than I was expecting, to be honest. But we do need to get that. So let's get ourselves some extra money. Right, and so we need to borrow what I said. So I think we need to borrow 50,000. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. 50,000. That will cover the cost of it. So we'll go in here. It is 46,000. Yes, so we need to borrow more than 45. There we go. The Ceylon CFS 2501DO is what we're getting. And this holds 23,000 litres of whatever you wanted to put into it. So straw, hay, grass. I think it might hold silage as well. I'm not sure. But yeah, so we want that. We'll go with that. There we go. And back. And back. And yeah, our little case here, a Maxim 125, CVX 125. That will pull this nice and easily. So, yeah, let's see how many loads we can get off our field into this. This being the smallest trailer that is available. So, connect it up. And away we go. I will see you back up at the field. Back at the field now, and let's get this one done first. So, turn it on, drop it down, and in we go. Don't have access to that land, but we do have access to this land. So, how much do we think we're going to get off here? What sort of amount? I'm really intrigued as to what our final total might be. It is quite tight through here. Make sure that we cover it as much as possible, which we do. And that is growing great guns. That really is. Absolutely awesome on the setup, and wow, we're 39% full on this headland. If we can get 4 of these off these 2 fields, we're actually going to be in a really good place, because that's 100,000 litres of grass, which is more than I would have expected to have got off just these 2 fields. It may even be possible. So let's move forward a little bit and see where we are when we fill our first trailer. So, there we go. 100%. It was a run and a bit, really. Yeah, we got all of one headland done and one side of the second headland done. That is quite a bit of grass off there. I don't think we're going to get quite 100,000 litres off these 2 fields, but it's going to be, I think it's going to be about 75,000. That's impressive. That's a good amount of grass. So we're going to take it up to the farm, and the basic idea is we're going to tip it into our silage pit over here. Now, I don't know if our tractor that we have, our front loader tractor, is going to be up to the task of doing these silage pits. Whether we might have to get something a little bit more heavy duty. But we'll see. We'll see where this goes. I don't know. Can you do that? You must. Yeah, you must be able to do this with skid steers as well. So that might be a possibility. So let's tip on the ground. Waiting for it to open. Alright. No, I do have the right bit selected. Sometimes the tip on the ground works on my control panel, and other times it doesn't. And that might be because it's sharing the whole thing with drop both rear and front. Yeah, there we go. That's actually looks like a fairly small pile there, but certainly that is getting us moving. So I'm going to get another, I'm going to fill this up again and get on to the third one and see where we are, see how close we are to getting that golden sort of 75,000 litres from this, which would be fantastic. Getting this round this corner, not so much. Quite amazingly, we're now filling or coming to having filled up our fourth trailer full. So at 23,000, we are a little bit short of 100,000, but not much. This fourth trailer, so we'll be about 12,000 litres short. So about half a trailer short of the 100,000. In fact, there we go, we are full. But we do still have 2.5 rows left. Now what I want to do is we're going to go and put this in our silage clamp and get this done. The last trailer, we want to go and put as much of it as possible in with the cows and give the cows something to eat. Because we're working our way up to be doing full mixed ration, the cows will munch their way through hay and silage and grass first. So yeah, we're sort of working our way up to that, but putting straight grass in there gives us a full pack position should it's hay that we've got in there at the moment, should that run out. I kind of want to preserve the amount of hay and stuff we've got at the moment. So yeah, I think we're going to go and put a load of grass into the cows' feed, and that will then keep the cows going for a while. This is coming to here quite nicely. As you can see, it's not a massive amount. And if I go F1 in here, yeah, we've got 80. Oh, wow, just shy of 90,000 in here. In fact, no. Do we actually have 90,000? Yeah, we have 92,000 litres. Wow. So that's intriguing. I suppose, yeah, think about it. 23,000 actually is 2,000 short of 25,000, not 3,000 short as I'd calculated just now. So that's really good. That means we are only 8,000 litres. So if we're going to get more than 8,000 litres off here now, I think. The question then is, how many litres are our cows going to take? And as a result, how much are we going to have left to fill our silage clamp? Will we put that 100,000 into the silage clamp we've been aiming for? This is not going to take us long to collect this up. There we go. And proper grass silage harvest. So 4,291 off a single row. So if they take more than, if they take much at all, then we're not going to hit the 100,000, I don't think. Because we're only going to get just over 8,000. Yeah, we've got 8,000 now. So we're going to get only just over 8,000 here. Maybe 10,000 if we're lucky. Not quite, but we do have a couple of little spots to pick up. Again, always worth with the forage wagon going around if there's any little spots that need picking up. Worth doing. There we go. There's the 10,000. So we have got 100,000 litres of grass off these two fields. That is fantastic. And what we'll do is we won't actually start working on the silage side of these. I won't start compacting and things like that until we do a second run on here. We have plenty of hay bales for now. We will have plenty of stuff to feed the cows for a while. So that is all good. We're not desperate for anything other than to get the silage running. And if we have 200,000 litres of silage, that's going to keep us going for a while. So let's get this back to the yard, get fed to the cows, see how much the cows take, and then we're in a good place. We're in a really good place at that point. Best way to come to the yard is going to be from here. We're going to go and need to fertilise a crop again soon. I'm not sure if it's fertilisable now or not, which is the flare area. I think, yeah, we want to be in here. I've got a big pile of manure. We've got to work out where to put the manure actually. Cow in the way as well. Oh, this trailer swings out at the back. Because it's got rear axle steering, you are turning a tool, it really can swing out at the back. And this is why I keep getting put on gate posts. There we go, got it clear. Let's drive it in. Big pile of manure in here, so we'll have to clean that out next time and do a little bit of work with our cows. But I think if I drive here past the manure, should want to unload. Nope, it's on the other side. Right, so out we come here and in the other side. I think it must be on the other side. Grass is not accepted there, certainly. Let's close that. We'll open this. Open this. No, that one doesn't open. Right, so open that one. Open this one. There we go. Take this back out and see if we can fill from the other side. But that has been a very successful silage cut. I'm really pleased with that. Over 100,000 litres. Is even if we don't get 100,000 litres into the bunker, is really, really fantastic. There we go. Grass can be tipped here, so we'll jump out and let's pull away a little bit. So that seems to be full. How much has that given us? Those gates. Wow, we have nothing left in our trailer. So, in fact, actually, that is, as a result, is a really good place for us to end today. All that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.